My name is Jillian Maloof, and I am a board member with the First City Council on Cancer. And basically our mission is to provide financial assistance to community members diagnosed with cancer. We give annual grants of up to $1,000 per person to reimburse treatment expenses and fees for travel, lodging, food, and equipment not covered under medical insurance. The Cancer Council has been active for about 27 years now, and just about a year ago, the original board retired, and so they were looking for community members to continue their mission, and so that's how I got involved. The Cancer Council is hosting the Positive Affirmations exhibit, and the intention is really just to bring people who have been affected or impacted by cancer here as a way to kind of celebrate, honor, and inspire them. I think it's a very, individual thing for people. People are inspired differently by different types of art, and I think this exhibit, really just is a diverse art exhibit that people can come to and, be among others in the community, who have been affected by cancer, and just a way to receive support and just to be inspired just by all of the diversity in the art. So any community member who has a cancer diagnosis can apply for a grant application on our website. And the website is firstcitycounciloncancer.org. And so basically anybody who lives in Ketchikan, Metlakatla, Prince of Wales, Wrangell, or Petersburg are eligible to apply for a grant. We organize, several different fundraisers throughout the year, and we've had a couple of fundraisers this fall already. We've had the Shop and Drop and the charity auction, and we do have a couple of upcoming events this spring that we're trying to organize around St. Patrick's Day and the solstice. And we are looking for volunteers to come on board and help out with those community fundraisers, and all of the proceeds do go directly to the grant funding. If somebody's interested in volunteering, they can contact us through our website at firstcitycounciloncancer.org.
I'm Nancy T.G., and my connection to cancer has been for quite a while. My mother died 30 years ago with cancer, and then my sister-in-law just went through some serious cancer treatment, and then I've got friends, quite a few friends with cancer. Lucky me, I haven't had it, but definitely the friends is an issue. The friendship level in Ketchikan is really strong. So people who have cancer have friends, have a close group of people that are around them to help them. And then other people will just step in and help whenever they can. So it's a really strong networking that I think happens here in town. I started learning to do beadwork when I was a kid. My grandmother taught me how to crochet with beads. And then I kind of let that go, and then when I got up to Ketchikan, I started beading just casually, and then just started loving it. And now I do a lot of pieces, because mine's right behind me, and I'm in a lot of the shows here, so. Yeah. The one right behind me, when I first got my inspiration card from Jackie, I was like, oh, that's hard for me to think about. And then I started just drawing and playing with ideas, and it's about loving yourself basically, and so I was like, how do I do that in beads? That's putting things in a bead context is really different. And so I started putting love, me, and so there's the word love in it, and me's in it, and just had fun getting it to that point. And the other piece is, the other part of the inspiration was about love being all around you. And so I was like, how do you put that into a beadwork concept? And that I did the infinity symbol, and then I put crystals with it. And I had some crystal hearts, so it was perfect.
Hi, I'm Mike Gates, a local photographer, and I've been battling cancer since my diagnosis in January of 2021. I had a tumor that was too aggressive for surgery, so I underwent radiation treatments. I went up to Juneau, where I spent a couple of months getting irradiated every day, and have since come back, of course, and I'm on medication until through next February. My numbers have been coming back really good. I'm very hopeful that I'm kicking cancer's butt, and we'll see once I'm done with my medication and the several months it takes for that to get out of my system, and see if I'm kicking it on my own. I've been photographing since I was 13 years old, and with a great passion most of the time. It slowed down when I had children. Until they got a little bit older, and I attacked it again, and I'm in the digital age now instead of the darkroom. And I have photographed throughout my cancer journey. While I was away for radiation, I spent a fair amount of time, I was by myself, so I spent a fair amount of time out photographing around Juneau, and made some work that I'm pretty proud of, including some darker pieces that kind of showed the more inner me instead of the landscapes that I'm mostly known for. Since I've been back, I've shot a little bit, but my work has slowed down a lot. The meds that I'm on drain me a little bit. I don't have the strength that I had and the motivation that I normally have. I'm hoping that all returns once I'm through with these meds. The piece I have in the exhibition right now is it's a landscape that's out there by or a seascape, because there's mostly water in it, I think. It's out there by the state floatplane dock out there by Murphy's Landing. It's HDR like most of my work is, which means I shoot multiple layers and I tone map them to get the best textures from each color. It's a landscape. I've shot several pictures and joined them together. So it's not really point and shoot, but it's a labor-intensive work. The one I have here it's a 16 by 32 piece on metal. I really like metal for the type of work I do, because most of my work is pretty vibrant in the color department. And for me, I thought of this one for the exhibition because positive affirmations, that's one of the things that keeps me going, is seeing sunrises and sunsets and being able to express them in a print form the way that I saw them. It's just sometimes more vivid than they originally were, but I love being out at sunrise and sunset. I found out about this exhibition because I was contacted by Jackie, whom I'm familiar with from years ago, my connection with the First City Players. But also last year when I was going through my treatments, I applied for and received a grant from the First City Council on Cancer, and I was very touched by that. When she reached out to me, I jumped at the chance to do anything that they asked. I'm tickled to be a part of this exhibition. You know, over the last couple of years, the last few years especially, we've had some pretty high-profile personalities in town here that have succumbed to cancer. And we've seen the community really pull together for these folks in a major sort of way. Cancer has touched the lives of so many people in this community. Here I am, with my little battle on cancer, seeing people that are suffering way worse, and it's humbling to be included in their ranks, even though I'm not saying goodbye right now. I mean, I'm hoping to last another 20, 30 years. We'll see, but the community here really pulls together for anyone who's suffering, and cancer is a real bear. I would recommend to anyone that gets a cancer diagnosis, first share it with a loved one, share it with your loved ones. And I wish I had reached out sooner than I did, but you can find support groups through Facebook. I have joined one that for the type of cancer that I have that has been hugely informative and lots of support. You can ask embarrassing questions because we're all in this boat together. And I've gotten a lot of strength from being able to talk to others that are going through the same thing at the same stage and at different stages. That would be my advice to anyone that's been diagnosed, is to don't try to go it alone.
So my name is Dr. Charlie Jose. I'm a primary care provider at Peace Health. Looking at the art exhibits, there were a lot of pieces that were there to commemorate family members who were lost to cancer. I think a lot of people don't realize that when someone has a health condition such as cancer, it doesn't just affect the patient, it affects the patient, their entire family, and all of their social circles. And so for our community members to come together to make art, to help with the grief that they've been experiencing or going through currently at the loss of their loved ones, I think it is an important part of the healing journey for family members of those lost to cancer. And I also think it's important to keep general well-being in mind moving forward when one is dealing with their own health, either personally or even at work, myself included. When I work with family members, it's important to understand that health does not just affect one person, it affects the larger unit.